Hi guys, shout out to Arya. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to tell the difference between the three different kinds of estimation. So let's look at it together. Alrighty. The three kinds of estimation are rounding, front-end estimation, sometimes it's called front digit estimation. Sometimes in accelerated math they'll even say solve this problem using front digits. And then the third kind of estimation is compatible numbers. Sometimes I call it friendly numbers. So I'm using this same problem to teach all three kinds of estimation, 23 plus 26. And when you really solve it, the true answer is 49. Okay, so let's take a look at the three kinds of estimation together. The first kind is rounding. This is the one we use the most. It's really reliable. You have to look at the place value when you're doing rounding. So we're going to round to the nearest tens place in this case. The 3, that bossy next door neighbor 3 tells the 2, I'm 4 or less, let it rest. So the 2 is going to rest. Everything behind the underline becomes a 0. And then over here, the bossy next door neighbor 6 says, hey, I'm 5 or more, let it soar. So the 2 has to soar up and become a 3, and everything behind the underline becomes a 0. So when we use rounding and we round both of these numbers to the nearest tens place, our estimate is 50. So that means that 23 plus 26 is approximately 50, not exactly. And we said earlier that the real answer was 49. So that's a pretty good estimate there. Now let's look at front-end estimation. Front-end estimation is actually easier. That's its benefit. It isn't always as good or as close an estimate. That's the drawback. But front-end estimation is so easy because all you have to do is look at the front end of the number. So this one is going to be 20. This one will be 20. There's no rounding involved. I just used the front digit. So 20 plus 20 equals 40. Now, that means that this one is approximately 40. Now, is 40 as close an estimate? No. 50 is closer to 49 than 40 is. But look how easy it was with no rounding involved. All right, let's look at our third one. I love compatible numbers, friendly numbers, because it's really not rounding at all. You're looking at the two numbers and you're deciding, are there any easier, friendlier numbers that are close to the numbers there? I love 25s and 75s because it makes me think of quarters. So when I look at a problem like this, I think to myself, 23 is really close to 25, which is a very friendly number. 26 is also close to 25, so I'm going to use 25 here as well. And then 2 25s or 2 quarters, that's equal to 50. And in this case, I got the same estimate that I did when I did rounding, just so it turns out. So that's a really close estimate. So you can use rounding and round to a place value. You can use front end and then just use whatever digits are on the front end of the number. Or you can use compatible numbers and find numbers that are friendly and easy to work with. See you guys soon.